It's people, big up yourself. Yeah, back again with another one. Um, this one here is it's kind of irritated me a little bit still. But before that, big up my likers, big up my subscribers, big up my members. Yeah, big up the watchers and big up the commenters. You get me? Big up everybody. You get me? Um, boom. Today we're talking about Ghetts, aka Ghetto. You get me? The grime artist slash rapper slash actor. Yeah. Um Gets what you done. What you done, man? What have you done? You get me? You've literally you've gone so far one end then to see you go to the other end of the spectrum. It's not like he's a rapper or a MC that still kind of gets involved in the streets like certain other rappers we know, and he gets arrested regularly connected to certain crimes, whether that be bringing in narcotics into the country or for violence. He's not that guy. So we know that he kind of he plays it well. He got to where he's got to. He's been patient, and it's like all of a sudden, as he's kind of grown into it and become recognized a little bit more, because he used to struggle with being recognized as like everyone else. He was, because of his lyrics, and he was kind of difficult to understand if you didn't, like that, if you ain't got that kind of head top. So I think he's he's reached that end and he's played it well. And then to see, guess why are you driving your own car? You've reached boss position, recognized position. You recognize, yeah. You come from Golic, you come from down there. So I don't understand. If you're going certain places to have a good time, you don't need to. I'm sure that you're a person of your caliber, yeah, that you're supposed to have a driver. You're supposed to have the luxury thing that you go out in whatnot, yeah, and you have your driver and he gets his little change for driving. You know, there was there a little cousin, a brethren, like that, somebody who, yeah, them love fi. Them man that just love to be around the man them. One of them brothers, yeah. I'm sure you've got a lot of them, yeah. Them man they just love to be around you, love to burn a little jar and just know so them they around you, talk and yeah. So you had that, yeah, and you've gone and give that away because you wanted to drive. Plus, I'm not saying about the speeding though. Can we love our speeding? Yeah? I'm not being a hypocrite. I'm saying that the drunk driving, and you've been done for that before, mate. You've been done for that before. So you think that because of your celebrity status, you'd have learnt from your mistakes. You get me? And I think this is a perfect example when you don't learn from your mistakes, people. He's been done for drink driving before. That should be the last thing on his mind, especially now his career's growing or it's been going the right directions, yeah? He doesn't need to be driving when you've had a drink then. Simple as that. And on top of it, alright, then when you're driving, you've had a drink. If I was driving, I was to have a drink, I'm going to be driving away like to say, you know what? Let me speed limit. I mean, I float through. Yeah? Floating. We ain't on no put down now. We don't want to draw no attention to myself right now because I know right now that I'm, yeah, kind of booky right now. So I just want to reach my yard. Yeah? I don't know where you're speeding going to tell you the truth. Where you're speeding going, you speed to your yard. You know what I mean? You might have just had a little tune on in the car and it make your head take you and you start put down your foot. Me as to the victims people as well, we don't want to take away from them as well. Obviously there's a victim involved, and that's a shame. That's a shame. I always have the mindset that sometimes things happen. So if it was one of my people, I would say the same thing. Sometimes things happen. It's just we are live with each other. We're gonna make mistakes that affect one of us. Like that. So sometimes things happen. And I've always kind of had that. And I think it's my way of accepting things that are just like, that just happen like that, where you just say, boy, it's just unlucky. It's just things happen, you get me? So I just can't understand it. What it is, what's kind of got to me is that I rate him highly as an artist. I'm not gonna say I'm a fan. I'm gonna like the word fan, but I rate the work. Yeah, I'm gonna rate the delivery, and I rate, yeah. And I've always said that the way EMCs, when it's kind of wound up and it's just, yeah, you get me, shellings. That's the kind of how my mentality is. The way E spits bars is how I, growing up, how my character, I felt I was a bit scatty like his bars. But then, what I'm saying is, for you to go from there now you're in a jail, I just can't imagine that. I can't. Why would you take them risks when you? That's why it's about appreciation, innit? It's about appreciating your life, what you got. It's about appreciating your life, what you got. And you know what? I can't say that I might have been in good positions before in my life, and I done something that messed up my whole everything now. And then you look back and you think, you know what? Things was going, and I done that now, and look what I've done now. And I think that's what he's gonna have to live with that now. He's gonna have to live with the fact that, yeah, because he's different to man like the average Joe. When the average Joe, obviously, is known, so his kids when them go to school, oh, your dad, rare, it's just not. He's got a lot to deal with being now who you are. You're somebody. Get me? Cause he's somebody. It's kind of like he's He's tarnished the thing, man. He's tarnished the thing. It's better that it was some bad boy business you gone in there for. To be honest, you've gone in there for drink driving, which is a idiot thing. Cause me no like for drink and drive. If I feel a bit wavy, I'm gonna wait till I kind of level out a little bit before I just jet off. Still, I'm not gonna just jump in my car and drive off. Cause it doesn't feel. It feels like you're driving in slow motion. It raw does. I don't like the feeling of it. I don't know how people drive drunk, because it feels like you're driving like everything's just slow. I'm sure people let me know in the comments. When you've had a little bit of a tipple and you're just outside of your normality and then you drive. It don't feel good. You don't feel like you got full control. That's what I don't like about it. So, he's been done for it before. What's going on? And you've lit the person at speed and heard there was no brakes applied. Like you just, you hear me? Like there's no brakes even applied, so you weren't even aware that someone was in the road. And then, on top of that, you give some excuse. Now this is where it gets something there now. This is the interesting part. He's give an excuse like he never knew something there. The car hit another car, he never hit no person. So you've already admitted, say he's in something. You know what you should have done, Ghetts? You're probably never gonna watch this, but I'm telling you, yeah? What you should have done then, this is not no disregarding the person that's been unalived by this incident. I'm just saying, if you're gonna go down that road of making excuses, you might as well have drove somewhere, yeah? Drove somewhere. Damaged the inside of the car to make it look like it had been thieved, yeah? Or whatever. Left at the car deso. Straight to the airport, booking.com. The fastest flights to another country. Yeah, probably Africa. Yeah? Or probably Dubai. I'm sure the other rappers over there and they want to speak to him about something. And he's kind of, so you could have probably blended in out of there with, or you get me? Made a link. Just made a quick move on your phone, booking.com. Gone. You're not even a suitcase. You turn up in the clothes you're wearing to the airport and hope that you could have slide out before you thingy. Now, the reason why you're very unlucky as well is that the reason why he's unlucky It's you was blowing and someone took your reg. I've never heard of that before. You have to be careful these days, people. You're blowing in your car, and people, as you whiz past them, are taking your reg down. Why would someone do that just because someone's blowing, just putting their foot down a bit? And then they've reported that someone's, when they've heard the incident, they said, oh, I've got a reg of a car that was blowing. So you're a bit unlucky there as well, because that meant they knew who they was looking for. Maybe if it wasn't that person, you might have been able to skirt that. Again, I'm not deflecting from the person who's been fingered. I'm just giving it a both ways. Obviously, he's one of the lads from like a ghetto community. Him near my ghetto, so we have to know. Say that's the kind of man I'm. Like that. We're not speaking of some like a average Joe person. He's got history from the community. He's there. He's managed to make it in the grime scene. Yeah. And do well in the end. It took a long time for him to actually get to a certain thingy. And it's a shame. It's a shame still. It's a shame, car. I do like the music. I do like the music, and it's kind of done my head in to think that man like Ghetts is on the wing. It's raw done my head in. I'm not gonna lie. You just don't, man. When you've reached where he's reached as a black man, you not fi dep on no wing unless it's for a reason. As a reason, you get me. You never have no choice or whatnot. You get me. So really, it's down to stupidity and not moving right while you're in that position. That's what it is. It's down to literally stupidity, because you can't say it was for a reason. Yeah? You can't say it was for a reason. I'd always said I don't mind crying for a reason, If there's a reason for you to behind it or something to do with it. When it's stupid, you think, a stupidness. Yeah? But sometimes things have to happen in it. So, and then it's not that you just accidentally bump someone or, superficial something there. They got plowed, basically, at over 50. They didn't stand a chance. They never stand a chance. And, like that. So, I'm disappointed. And again, he's not supposed to be driving. He's not supposed to be driving. When you reach that caliber there, so I wouldn't be driving my car. Me have a driver, yeah? I'd have a nice Audi A8, yeah, on finance, yeah? Because I don't have to pay for nothing. From you have a name of an artist. When you walk into the dealership, they know who you are, yeah? They know who you are. They'll probably crack out a bottle of the champagne if you're buying something nice, yeah? And rare and happy to know that you chose their depot to buy from. They might go want you leave with car. You know why? They'll give you a car because they know who you are to come and sue to get their car back, or if you mess up. So they know that you've got the equity. We can get you things. So they can leave at a depot with car. Easy. Sign the papers. Don't even have to put his government name on it, because they just know where they can trace the money through. So when you're doing them kind of things and you're in that lifestyle and you're somebody, I think you have to move a little bit different. So maybe he's growing up, he hasn't matured, yeah? Even like that, he hasn't matured to know. So I've think before, I can't drive my car now. What am I gonna do? If I don't get someone else to drive my car, or you phone the missus and you tell the missus to jump in an Uber and the missus drives you home, or you get one of your brethren them, or you leave your car there and you get an Uber to your yard and come back for your car in the morning, because that's you. Because if you're a little rude boy mindset and you ain't Ghetts, then you might just drive like you did. Then it makes sense because you're an average Joe. But you're Ghetts, an artist, registered. We know ya. Man who got away from the man who got out of the screw, wagwan. Ghetts, Bad Mind TV's disappointed still, as you're from the community and you also won the lads. Again, this is not like some average Joe, you get me? And it's disappointing. It's disappointing because remember, there's youths watching you, who are admiring you as a man from the community, Ghetts. And you've let a lot of people down, because remember this, when people see that you're from that era and you did well for yourself in the end, and you like that, and you've used your skill to get, you know, to get somewhere. Yeah, you use your skill, you built your craft, you styled your craft, and then to come away from them thing there where you're no longer associated with any kind of rubbish. To do that, bro, really, you know, like that, it's not a good example. You know, like that, especially with the drink driving with it. It just means that it's thingy, you know. I'm hoping so them don't burn you too bad still, because me no like for people to go out them place there. It's a, to the family, it's an accident mixed with stupidity. Yeah. Because even though you've lost somebody, you would have an uncle who's been done for drink drive before, or maybe even your father. Let's be real here. We've all got someone in the family that sometimes has a tipple and drive, always been done for it before. You, an ex-partner you'd ever had that got done for it. You know someone that's been done for drink driving, and then mix that with the stupidity of doing it and speeding with it. So I would say that the person who's gone, whoever that be, yeah, that it would have happened out of stupidity. Yeah, obviously drink driving and stupidity and the wrong decisions. You get me? And obviously you're gonna have to pay for that now. Yeah, I'm just saying that because yeah, I rate the music. Yeah, but I'm very disappointed still. I'm disappointed in Ghetts as what he's done still. Disappointed. Yeah. So big up yourself, people. One order.